Listen and write down the following 4 sentences. Number 1. He works as a doctor in the local hospital. He works as a doctor in the local hospital. Number 2. Our cat sleeps on the sofa all day. Our cat sleeps on the sofa all day. Number 3. We have 2 beautiful dogs. We have 2 beautiful dogs. Number 4. She writes in her journal every night. She writes in her journal every night. Let's check. Did you get the sentences correct? Number 1. He works as a doctor in the local hospital. Number 2. Our cat sleeps on the sofa all day. Number 3. We have 2 beautiful dogs. And number 4. She writes in her journal every night. Those sentences that you just wrote are positive. Now write these sentences in the negative. He works as a doctor in the local hospital. The negative is he doesn't work as a doctor in the local hospital. Our cat sleeps on the sofa all day. The negative is our cat doesn't sleep on the sofa all day. We have 2 beautiful dogs. The negative is we don't have 2 beautiful dogs. And she writes in her journal every night. The negative is she doesn't write in her journal every night. Did you get this one correct? We have 2 beautiful dogs, and the negative is we don't have 2 beautiful dogs. Did you, however, write we haven't 2 beautiful dogs? This is a very common mistake that so many students make, and it's because the verb have has a negative form, and this confuses many students, especially in the present simple. To form a negative sentence in the present simple, we need do or does, depending on the subject, not, and then the infinitive. So if we look back at our original sentences, he works as a doctor in the local hospital. He does not work as a doctor in the local hospital. Or you can contract it and say he doesn't work as a doctor in the local hospital. It is not correct to say he work not as a doctor in the local hospital. That doesn't make sense. If we look at the next one, our cat sleeps on the sofa all day. The negative is our cat does not sleep on the sofa all day, or we can contract it and say our cat doesn't sleep on the sofa all day. It is not correct to say our cats sleep not on the sofa all day. She writes in her journal every night. The negative would be she does not write in her journal every night. And then we can contract it and say she doesn't write in her journal every night. It is not correct to say she write not in her journal every night. The confusion comes when we have the verb have. So the sentence, we have 2 beautiful dogs. The negative is we do not have 2 beautiful dogs. And we can contract it and say we don't have 2 beautiful dogs. It's a very, very common mistake for students to say we have not 2 beautiful dogs, because the verb have can actually be used in the negative, but it's not in the present simple. We only use it in the negative in the present perfect tense. Now it's your turn to try again. In the comments, write the following sentences in the negative. So the first one is, he listens to music while he works. My sister has a dark sense of humour. She teaches mathematics at the local high school. They have a lot of work to do today.